Hello and welcome back to the TheDropOutDragon. Right here, you can pause this video to see this build and memorize the numbers that I'm using. It's a setup that you've probably seen before. This is an intelligence build based around the weapon we're showcasing today, the Watcher's Greatsword. Now, I've got this magic infused, obviously, for its serious numbers that it can give you in terms of attack rating. Now, its moveset is that of most of the Greatswords. Okay, nothing special there. However, one of the cool things that it does is it buffs itself. Now, this is not like the Possessed Armor's sword. I don't like that sword as its self-buff lasts 20 seconds. This one lasts about 40 seconds, which is very, very good. Now, you're probably going to be using this on a caster build. At least I recommend that you use it on a caster build. We're going to go ahead and summon this guy while I continue talking. So I, of course, am using a 50-int caster build. And what I like to do, what I like to think about this weapon is as a support weapon. Okay, just like the Espada, I think this is a support weapon for the caster. What you want to do is put them in the situation where you're going to hit them, because when you do, if this thing is buffed, you're going to hit them like a truck. A serious, serious damaging attack. So we will see how this goes with this person right here. They're throwing on their buffs. We will too. And we are ready for the fight. So we got him there, and they got him there. Those spell timings, I put him in the situation to get hit. And no backstab, no backstab for me. But we do get that. Look at that serious damage. They are fat rolling, and nothing there. I'm surprised at the fat rolling. So, and we'll do this. GG. Guard break into a soul spear barrage. Amazing. Amazing first fight that we've had here. So let's go ahead and heal up a bit, see if we can go snag somebody else. I'm not really worried about the durability being what it is. That person has already been summoned. This person, a red, seems like they have not been summoned. So there we go. I could also use some durability power. So let me just throw that on there real quick, right through the inventory. No big deal. Now, how do I have so many human effigies? My live stream, I have people who drop stuff for me. It's really neat that they do that. So that's awesome. But and we have a failure on that. That's okay, game. Because these guys are gonna fail too, I can tell. Yeah. This happens. This happens. Everyone knows this pain. Have to wait a second for them to refresh. Here we go. This guy is definitely mine. They just refreshed. Awesome, awesome. So this weapon, like I said, it is not very different from the other great swords, other than the fact that it has a very high damage count if you've got the scaling, and that its self-buff is very, very strong. I don't know the numbers for it, but it's very strong. I believe it's the equivalent, don't quote me on it, but I believe it's the equivalent of the crystal magic weapon. Now, I've had inconsistent reports on that. That's why I can't confirm it. I'm not sure, because I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's greater magic weapon, or oh, it's just, you know, a resin, or it's, oh, it is the actual spell crystal magic weapon. I don't think anyone can be, no one could be consistent with it. So we'll say hi like that. We'll cast our super amazingness. This person's going to Dragon out, which is great. And we will begin the fight. Yeah, hello. Welcome to Cast Town, my friend. And we can just spin around. That tracking is ridiculous, and this is most of the great swords. Is that right there is how it is. And he got smashed just like that. We stayed aggressive on him while not giving him the opportunity to do what he wanted to do, and he was hit pretty darn hard. just like that. That's how you do it. We put him in that position to where he was having problems, had to get in my face, and then his face was smashed in by this weapon right here, which will do a lot of damage. Now hopefully this doesn't fail on me. There we go. Perfect. Wonderful. Fantastic. I mean, I don't even get a chance to use most of the spells that I have because this thing just hits like a truck. Now, this is kind of controversial. This is not something that everybody agrees with me on, but it seems to me that this weapon is superior, if you're going to go heavy weapons with a caster, is superior than the Moonlight Greatsword. The Moonlight Greatsword has slow attacks and another failed eye. Now that is quite annoying. Anyway, sorry. This weapon swings faster than the Moonlight Greatsword, and I believe it does more damage than the Moonlight Greatsword. It has a split damage between physical and magical, and the Moonlight Greatsword only does magical, so if they're using Great Magic Barrier, there's no physical to get in there. There is very little punishment for using split damage weapons. I looked at the Drakekeeper Bloodsword. Sorry, I said that. The Drake Blood Greatsword. I looked at that, and unfortunately, it seemed like its AR was always consistent with the numbers that it had, and you wouldn't think that. You wouldn't think that because it does that split damage, but split damage in this game doesn't have as much as a penalty as it does in the first Dark Souls. So the worst thing that could happen with a caster is another caster. So yeah, that happens, and of course he's a little bit laggy. He's a moon wizard, but we got that backstab in there, so GG. I'm not sure I would call that backstab 100% legitimate. That was not something that's kind of seemed like I was throwing it out there, and then it just ended up happening due to his moon wizard lag. He's not an Australian moon wizard, but he was a moon wizard nonetheless. So let's see if we can get this red in here. Let's see. I would summon multiple people at once, but, you know, sometimes they'd both come in, and then I'd be really having some problems, and I would have to spell spam something serious. And I don't want to have to do that. So, oh well. And we'll just have to deal with it. But I would recommend this weapon. It's one of the few great swords that I've actually enjoyed using because you can because it normally is equated with a caster. And another one, man, it seems like every couple of fights we have another failed invasion. My goodness. That is really, really annoying, and it's been this way for a while. It's been, I don't know if the servers are having trouble or whatever, but it seems like the areas are just a lot less populated, which is totally equatable to the game being, you know, 6 months old by this point, I think. Could be a month off, but it's around that area. But normally I find the Greatsword's kind of boring, and I don't with this one because I immediately am using it with you know, a build that has a lot of variety to it because it is a caster and I can do different things with it. So, as opposed to a straight melee build. Yeah. Sup, friend? And pulled out the shield for that. I don't like risking attacking people with while they're doing the great bows, because you're normally going to get hit by it and you're going to get mad, because I know I do. So let's this guy likes doing his little running attacks. No parry for me. So he likes to run away and then come back, and that's not a particular playstyle that I enjoy fighting, but that just happens. And I'm basically betting on the fact that his tracking is not very good. So, and I'll just space that out a little bit. He was like, "Oh, I'll attack you," and I'll be like, "Nah, you won't." So, and then Invader banished. So GG. Poor guy had no idea what was going on. He was trying to attack me. He started panicking. Poor guy. It happens, but oh well. Let's see if we can pull this guy off the ground. Please, please break the chain. The chain of failed summons. Please break. Please break, please. There's no good luck pillar here, so please, I beg of you. I obviously need to go buy more things. Or stop, you know, not using my bonfire. But like I said, this weapon, I do enjoy it, and I do think that it is superior to the Moonlight Greatsword. It is, that is my personal opinion. You guys can have your own opinion, but that is what I believe. And this guy, speaking of Australian moon wizardry, oh boy. You know, I don't want it to be one of those fights here. Oh, got hit by the... Yep, okay. So here's what's gonna happen to you, my friend. Yeah, yep. Sorry about that. But you had to go. I'm so terribly sorry about that, but you obviously were having some issues there, my friend, and you had to be taken down. I already summoned that person. We can not summon that person, and we can try for that one. I think I did get that one, so hooray. It just seems easier to me to do it like this instead of being summoned myself. I should have done that earlier, and I did have people saying, "Hey man, you should just summon other people. I don't know why you're wasting your times." And I'm starting to agree with them. It does seem like that is better. But I strongly suggest people check out this sword. I guess I have nothing really more to say about it. It is obviously the Watcher's Soul. The Watcher's Soul. Trade that for whatever. You guys know the drill. It's a boss weapon, and it's been around since forever. But I rarely see people utilizing it to its fullest ability. They're not getting good. So he's using the bone fist, and look at that damage. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Yep, I'll take that trade. And he's gonna go ahead and hit me in that stun lock, but that didn't matter because he used up too much of his stamina and he got hit. So GG. GG. And that's most of the fights you're gonna have with this thing. You're gonna really hurt people. I would suggest using it in the arena if you can ever find a match in the arena. God knows I have been one of those people that has just been running around from each statue to statue going, why won't I get a match with anybody? I'm forever alone. But if you want to, you know, go super hard, super try hard, super sand lesbian, you want to do that? Well, then you can absolutely, totally do that with this weapon. It has the AR, it has the variety, because you will be on a caster build most likely. I've never seen this weapon used by someone who's not on a caster build. Come on. Come on. Come on now. What's going on? What's going on today? See, I don't normally care about how these come out. I win or I lose or whatever, but I do care that I can show off the weapon and its damage, and you guys have seen that, and I just do the 30 minutes where I talk about blah blah blah, how I think it should be used, blah blah blah, events or things, opinions in my head, and that's just what I do. That's what this is. That's all I care about. I am not the guy to go for super skillful stuff, and I'm not the guy to go for like super amazing, crazy time skill level stuff. That's not me either. That's not me. Now this guy, this was the other caster, so he waved, but I don't care. So sir. Pew! Nothing? Surprising. Nah. Nah. Now, what happened there? That was caster against caster. Why did I win? I timed my dodges correctly, and I was able to get in his face and make him roll. I was aggressive. I was the party that was obviously initiating combat. That was me. I had control of the field, I guess you could say. Control of the field. The fight belonged to me because I was in his face, and I would recommend that everybody practice that. Being able to get in people's business and give them your business, give them the business, and stab them into coochie, and you will find you will take victory. 60% of the time, it works every time. Watch this be another failed. No, really? Fantastic. Okay, it looks like we have another caster here who will freak out like I'm going to hit him while he's buffing, which, you know, I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do that. However, I am going to recast Homing Crystal Soulmass. So I'm going to dodge through all of his stuff and hit him. He is also a Moon Wizard. And I'm going to take that, and I shouldn't have, because I should have not underestimated his hexing ability. I should not have done that. And he poised through it, and he's using that S-stock, and it's, you know, it's dark magic. It's gonna get you, and I'm dead. So he got me. A little bit of lag in there, but you know, it's still a GG. He punished me accordingly, and he was the one who took that fight. He got in my face about it, and he took that fight. Just like I was saying, he got in my face. He gave me the business, and that's what you guys need to understand, is that when you can do that, especially if you are a caster, you will normally win the day. Now I was hoping that my heavy homing soul mass would you know, stagger him a bit, but that was not the case. That was not the case. So I mean, that's the chances you take, because you can't physically see that. You can't look at it and know for a fact that you're going to do well against his poise. You can never really know that. I mean, that's so much math in your head that you're not going to be able to use. It's just, you know, math is hard. Math is hard, man. And so when you're looking at it, like, how could you know? How could you possibly know if you were going to take that or not? If you were going to stagger him, if you were going to hit him in his iframes, you can't see how many iframes he has or how his agility is. You can't see that. So you just have to kind of take that risk, fire off that spell, and hope for the best. You can do that. So now, unfortunately with casters, and this is one of the things about casters that makes it so strong, so powerful, is that if you have a fast enough casting speed, you can cast, well, like I'll do an example here, you can cast, they're going to roll under it, and then you can just R1 them to death. Now that is a very rude way to play the game, but that's the game. So he's a little close, so I turned around so I wouldn't hit him immediately. Because honor. Now he didn't want to get close. There he goes. He goes through all of my stuff. Now he's taking the initiative, and hopefully I can punish him for it. So, and I will get the trade every time because I am using this kind of weapon. So that went right through his buckler, and he died. So right, like I said, support weapon. He rolls into me. I R1 and got those hits, and he backed off, seeing how much damage I did, and I was able to cast the spells I wanted to. So like I said, support weapon. Support weapon. Just don't be too aggressive with it. Learn what you can do. Learn how long it is. Learn everything. Learn it. Practice. Then that will make this game more about strategy and less about who can trade, because you won't have to trade. You will just hit them when you need to. And I say that like, you know, the most amazing football coach ever that hasn't played in 30 years. I understand that. I say that like it's the most easy thing to do in the whole world, but it isn't. It is not that easy. And another failed summon. Fantastic. Here we go. Up, 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 up. Who we got? Do we have him? Is he ours? Hmm? It's like the game knows. It's like, nah, you're one of them OP casters. You could not get anybody in a fight. How's that sound? Does that sound fun? I hope it does, because that's what you're doing. You can just stand on that bridge forever alone. That's what's going on here. And it's so interesting to me as somebody who prefers to be summoned. It's so interesting to me. Phone, shut up. It's so interesting to me to be that I throw down my summon sign and I don't get the people that I want to. It's always the same person, but yet there's all these signs on the ground that fail because reasons. No, he wants to be rude and not wait for me to do what I do. So, and I believe he's using the... No, he's not. I'm actually not entirely sure what he's using. So, right now I'm going to go hardcore with this weapon, and I'm going to show you that I'm not going to do very well. I could do better by mixing in my spells and using this weapon in a better way. But he wants to go for a parry because he is absolutely, totally misjudging how powerful this weapon is. Now, I do have Soul Spear Barrage, and Soul Spear Barrage, I will show you, does that. Now, what happened there? What happened with Soul Spear Barrage? What happened? How did I hit him with this weak newbie spell? How did that happen? Well, he was expecting a Crystal Soul Mass, and that's not what happened, is it? No, sir. That's not what happened. I had a Soul Spear Barrage, and that barrage allowed him to be hit in the middle of his iframes rolling. Basically, it kept him from getting in my face because I hit him multiple times. I explained that in such a stupid way, let me tell you. I'm sure there was a better way I could have said that. Basically, I caught him in his roll. Instead of doing one attack he definitely could dodge, I sent out multiple attacks that you obviously can't dodge while rolling forward. He was waiting for that, and that's not what happened. And another... Man, guys, I'm telling you. It's hard out there for a host. It's hard out there. Hard out there for a host. You try to get that in, you want to be the host of the most, and you can't. That spawned right under me. If I don't get this, I'll be upset. It's hot out there. But, you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do. But, you know, remember, spells are about baiting. You can spam them and hit people, but if you want to bait them, you can get those really good hits like I did there with that Soul Spear Barrage. Alrighty. So we're going to wave off the bat so we can continue do what we do. He gives me the dual bow, huh? He's edgy. He's not like other people. He's not a conformist. And we'll go ahead and let him buff, just like he let me buff. And now we will initiate attack sequence. Ah! Spell spam! Ah, you're in the corner now! You belong to me! I probably would have hit him if I pressed it again, but that would be a pretty short and boring fight. And maybe we can do the same thing that we did before. What we'll do is we'll cast a Soul Spear. And then we'll cast a Soul Barrage. Nope, he dodged the side instead of forward. That's good. He did do that. And make this fight more interesting, I'll pull out my shield and attempt to parry him. So, no, not that time though. Not that time though. Let's see if we can get that bait. No, oh, the damage! The damage was real. See? GG. No parry for me, I guess, but GG. Soul Spear Barrage is a legitimate spell. It is legitimate. He rolled into that, and he got hit. That's what happened. So there you go. That's how it's going to be. Now, honestly, I'm probably only going to do one more fight with somebody, and then we can call it quits, because this is, you know, Not because it's boring, but I obviously am having trouble picking people off the ground. Not him again! Thank you. I didn't mean to do that. How about this guy? There we go. I think I've summoned that guy twice. But you guys understand the gist. You understand the gist of this weapon. It is, in fact, just a greatsword that's really good with int builds. That is just how it is and how it's going to go. So I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, if you've gotten this far. I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised when people watch this far into the video. If you got this far in the video, you should type in the comments, I don't know, oh God. You should type summoning failed. That's what you guys should type, summoning failed. Look at that. This is the same guy. It is. Ah, damn. Oh well. You should type summoning failed, and then I'll know how far you got into the video. Oh man. Or say whatever comment you want, and then summoning failed. It's just one of those days, but at least you get the gist of the weapon. I hope it's been somewhat informative. I hope I taught you about some Soul Spear barrages. I'm surprised there's not a crystal version of this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm very surprised there's not a crystal version of this. Oh, look. He's over there. But will he learn from his past mistakes? Will he learn? And that was a loud noise outside. So. Let's initiate combat 2! Bam! Look at that. That combo right there. Now, is that cheesy? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's pretty cheesy. I will admit. It's a pretty rude way to play the game. But I mean, in 2 hits, he's already taken half my health. Like, let's not forget this. Let's not act like that's not a thing. Look at that. 4 hits. That's over. He's only got 1 more hit to go. He's using a crossbow. That's fine. I will do this and take him. Now that involved no skill whatsoever. No skill whatsoever. No skill at all. Completely just bad. Just bad. And that's what happened. That's what happened with a caster. A caster can do that. A caster can just get in your fucking face with this magic and ice you down. Just make you look stupid. So, oh well. That's how it goes, and that's about the last of the fights that I'm going to give you for this video. So, thank you guys for enjoying. I hope you guys got this far. I hope you guys were, you know, informed in some way, maybe not. I suggest if you guys want to look at some really good weapon showcasings, check out Mr. I Won't Forget. He will tell you the magic, the nature of the weapon, and he'll probably do it in a way that's 10 times quicker than me. I just make these videos because people keep asking for them, so there you go. Thank you guys so much. If you want to look down in the description, there's going to be a link to my Twitter, and there's also going to be a link to my live stream, which I stream all the time when Twitch allows me. My internet's a little shaky with them, just with them connecting and being weird, so I guess it's the servers I'm using. But you guys can hop in, ask me questions live, enjoy the music, that kind of stuff. I do different things than I normally do with my YouTube. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. The Dropout Dragon is dropping out.